Yeah, my name is Kwesi from Ghana. I'm a digital marketer, and what you're saying
Etiseng.
really, you were just
Etiseng,
saying
my
that.
brother.
Yeah.
Etiseng.
Oh, Nyamia Dom now so.
See. Yes, go
Yeah, I
on.
lost you there. Don't worry. All right. So, my question is, it looks like Africa, we have stories, we have what it takes. So, how can we package our stories to meet the global audience? How can we overcome the impediments, the disadvantages, and package it well to meet up, challenge the Asians? Because in Ghana now, when you look at our TV stations, it's Filipinos and Indians soap opera that is running through. What can we do as Africans to package our story well to meet the global audience? Thank you.
That's a great question. I think that we first of all need to get over it. This is my view on it's almost like what I spoke about earlier, how I felt inferior and like my stuff wasn't good enough. We have to first of all believe that our content is important. That's the first thing. The second thing, and this is my perspective, you also don't go chopping off my neck now. The second thing is that we have to start buying from each other. I had this conversation yesterday. I went to Kingston, Jamaica, to buy some supplies from a black bulk supplier. And I did that on purpose. And the reason I did that, I'm not discriminating, don't get it wrong. So first of all, I'm not discriminating at all. But Jamaica is overrun by Chinese at the moment. And Dr. Marcia can back me up. And whether that's good or bad, that's not the debate. And so if you're not careful, the small high street of black people's businesses are slowly eroding. So I made the effort, you all, to go all the way to Kingston to buy from a young black girl who is selling the stuff that I need, the raw materials, to make the products in my shop. So last night I made soaps, I made candles. I love to make it, that's my therapy. I made cosmetic products as therapy, okay? So I went there. Now, I said this to say that we have to start, first of all, believing in ourselves, and second of all, buying from each other. And Obehi and I have a big conversation to have today, a very big conversation to have today. We have to start buying. We have to understand the black pound is important. Because if we don't, our economies are going to die. So we have to, first of all, we have to understand that, yes, and I'm going to touch a topic that's uncomfortable, but it's reality, so let's face it. I worked in NatWest Victoria, the Royal Bank of Scotland. I worked there I worked in the bank in England. And one of the things that used to happen, and Dr. Marcia learned a lot about me today, every time you come something else. And what used to happen is people would come with their African passports, and we would have to take those passports to the back of the room to show the manager to decide if these transactions could be processed. Or we started, suddenly there was a red flag that went off because there was a mistrust of Africans as a whole. General statement, if we were to chisel it down, it might be a little bit more finite, but you all get what I mean. So we have to change the narrative and the imagery of how we are perceived outside of the continent. Because for a long time, I know friends of mine would never, they use platforms to buy services. They wouldn't buy from Africans because they've had bad experiences. So we have to fix our image in the diaspora. We have to buy from each other. We have to learn to trust each other. And we have to recognize that our content is amazing. Idris Elba is in Africa doing a documentary about gold in Ghana. So when people like those are raising the flag, we have to make sure that we stay congruent and not destroy what they're trying to build, like bridges and ladders to enable us to stand on. It's a deeper conversation that needs to be had, but the simplistic answer is we have to start trusting each other, believing in our content, and start buying from each other.